Live, getting results. This is News 6 at 11.
A man knocked off his motorcycle, left in the road. Only on 6 tonight, we hear from the victim of this hit and run. Also, a rescue caught on camera. Wild video shows crews running into the ocean to save nearly a dozen people after their boat capsized. That's just one of the many rescues today because of the rough surf kicked up by rough storms. We're glad you're with us tonight. I'm Erik Sandoval in for Eric Von Anken tonight. Right now, the radar is still lit up. Central Florida getting hit with more rain and more lightning. Danny Trainer's pinpointing where these storms are now and how long they're going to last. Danny.
Yeah, I was looking at a couple of them. Some of them were falling at 8 inches an hour, although we did not set any major records as far as amount of rainfall goes. Lots of people got rain, and the fear of flooding is definitely on the horizon here. You can see this shower activity is beginning to push toward the Atlantic Ocean. I've got some gaps back here behind that, and we do have the hopes of improvement after we get past the midnight hour. But I do think we're going to be dealing with a lot of rain for several more hours. In and around Orlando, look at all this lightning activity. Look at the time. This looks like a map I would show you at 4 o'clock in the afternoon during the heat of the day. There's Harlem Heights, there's Orange Mountain, there's Castle Hill, there's Oakland, there's Beulah. Now we move down toward the downtown Orlando area. Oak Ridge just getting hammered. Now I'm going to put in some rainfall amounts. 2 inches an hour around Orla Vista. Over here to the west, about 8 inches an hour. 1.25 inches. That in the eastern part of Orange County, down around Union Park. And look at this, down around Kissimmee, 192. This is something else I wanted to show you. Notice how this still continues to produce more and more shower activity pushing toward the west coast. I think we've got a very soggy evening. Tomorrow, once it stops, we're going to start it again. I'll talk about that in a minute.
All right, Danny, we'll see you then. Take a look at a tree that was actually taken down by this afternoon's storms. 2 people were hurt when this tree hit them while they were moving furniture. This happened on Arroyo Parkway in Ormond Beach. 56-year-old James Allen was taken to Halifax Hospital. The other person suffered only minor injuries. Storms also created dangerous conditions out on the water. Some boaters narrowly escaping getting hurt too.
Oh my gosh, they need help.
Cell phone video captured this rescue off the coast of New Smyrna Beach. You can see the storm kicked up rough waves, making a day of boating dangerous.
Oh my God.
Volusia County Beach Rescue ran into the ocean carrying what appears to be a small child out of the boat while everyone else runs to safety. Lifeguards say this was one of 4 boats that had to hit the beach to escape the storm this afternoon. Nobody was injured.
Both Marine units were en route back to...
South of there, a boat with 11 people on board capsized in the high winds and rough surf. This is video from Titusville Fire Rescue. Florida Fish and Wildlife helped them rescue 9 adults and 2 children that were on board the boat. They were near this island, which is just south of the Max Brewer Bridge when it happened. Some of the people swam to the island, while some had to be rescued.
Now, one person on board that boat was evaluated by medical crews, but they did not want to be taken to the hospital. Well, a motorcycle driver hit by a car and left in the middle of the road. Only on 6 tonight, we're hearing from a man that was riding that motorcycle. He says he was just trying to get breakfast at a local McDonald's when he got knocked off his bike. It happened early this morning at the intersection of Ocoee-Apopka Road and West Road in Ocoee. News 6's Jerry Askin talked to the victim tonight, who credits one thing for saving his life.
Tonight, Andy Carrell is counting his blessings. He knows things could have been way worse.
I could have been dead if I'd have been going 10 miles an hour faster.
Thankfully, he's okay, but to make matters worse...
The worst part was the 10 other vehicles that drove around me while I'm laying there and didn't stop to help.
He said he was riding his motorcycle, getting breakfast, and pulled out from this McDonald's here at West Road and 437. He said a car made a stop to let him pass. Then a Jeep went around the stopped car, and that's when...
I guess when I hit the vehicle, it turned the wheel this way, and it tucked my arm in, and I hit it with my head and my shoulders.
Ocoee police now want to find the driver of that 4-door Jeep, possibly a Wrangler like the one here, with a blue stripe or blue marking. The Jeep also has damage to his passenger side and possibly a shattered window. Police saying the driver collided with Carrell, then kept going.
I want to say turn yourself in before they find you, and it'll be a lot easier on you.
Carrell showed us damage to his bike's front end. Thankfully, he walked away and was not hurt. He said thanks to one thing.
The helmet saved my life, so I encourage everybody to wear their helmet.
Some good advice there. That was Jerry Askin with that story. Ocoee police are looking for that Jeep Wrangler with a lift kit. If you have any more information about that hit-and-run crime, call Crime Line. The number, 1-800-423-TIPS. New at 11 o'clock tonight, we just got an update from Orlando police on the officer who was shot while trying to rescue 4 children during a standoff last month. OPD tweeting today that Officer Kevin Valencia is still in a coma. He's getting treatment at a facility in Atlanta tonight. Last month, Orlando police escorted Valencia and his family to the plane that was taking him to the Shepherd Center up there. It specializes in treatment for brain injuries. Right before the move, the officer's wife, Megan, said his condition was showing signs of improvement. Also new at 11 o'clock tonight, a crime alert for an armed robber and a gunman on the run. Orange County deputies say they're looking for a man who robbed another man at gunpoint. This happened early this morning on Rose Avenue, right off Orange Blossom Trail. Deputies say the suspect shot the victim, took his money, and then left in a car. The victim is in the hospital tonight with serious injuries. Well, tonight the community remembers a transgender woman who was killed last week. Sasha Garden was found dead in the back parking lot of an apartment complex on Holden Avenue on Thursday. A vigil held tonight for her. Garden's friends tell us that she was from Milwaukee and that she loved doing hair. They say they're remembering her as a nice person with a good spirit. Now, while honoring Garden at the vigil tonight, the community also raised awareness on the search for her killer. Crime Line is offering a cash reward for anybody who can help make an arrest.
So many different times that trans violence happens and we don't get justice, you know, and we're just coming to come together to let the community know that we want justice for this case.
Now, her death also caused some controversy when Orange County Sheriff's deputies were criticized for initially describing her as a man wearing a wig. Yesterday, Sheriff Jerry Demings apologized for the initial victim description put out by his department. We have posted his entire statement on our website at clickorlando.com. We have an update tonight on the toddler who got hurt during a drive-by shooting. You may remember his pregnant mother was killed last week. Tonight, the family tells us the young boy will soon have surgery to remove a bullet fragment from his shoulder. That shooting happened last Monday in Pine Hills. 21-year-old Imelda Tia Francois was killed while riding in a car with her boyfriend. 4 kids were in the back seat at the time. We're told another car with 2 men inside fired several shots at them. Francois was 6 months pregnant at the time. Investigators are still looking for the men in that car. Now, if you'd like to help the family, there is a GoFundMe page to help raise money for the toddler's care and medical expenses. We posted a link to that on our website, clickorlando.com. Well, tonight the search is on for a driver after a deadly crash that may have been caused by road rage. Troopers have identified the man who died as 58-year-old Jeffrey Brookshire of Orlando. That crash happened last night on the beach line. Witnesses say the driver of a red passenger car and a Ford Mustang were driving eastbound and appeared to be angry at each other. They say the car hit the back of the Mustang, sending it into the westbound lane where it was hit by an oncoming SUV. Brookshire, who was driving that Mustang, was killed. His passenger is listed in critical condition tonight. Troopers tell us they're looking for the driver of that red car with an endless summer license plate like the one you see here. They also say it has a sticker on the back of the car that says hammock hippie. Tomorrow, Orlando city leaders are expected to vote on a plan that would reaffirm a city policy. It prevents Orlando police from asking someone's immigration status. Police Chief John Mina says the department has not asked that question for years, calling it a bias-free policy. Tomorrow, city leaders will be voting on a plan that would expand that policy beyond the police department to all of the city's government. The vote is expected during the City Council's afternoon session at 2 o'clock. Supporters announced that they're going to have a news conference before that at 12:30. Also tomorrow, Sunrail begins its new expanded schedule. The new schedule adds more midday trains, upping the number of daily round trips from 18 to 20. Now, this comes just a week before the train's new southern expansion, which will add 17 more miles of service and stretch all the way to Point Siena in Osceola County. Well, check your pantry. A popular snack may be contaminated with salmonella. Next at 11, the recall you need to know about. Also, a stray dog found wandering the streets with nearly 6 pounds of fur on him. Coming up, the heartwarming ending after this pup gets a makeover. Danny?
You know what's wrong with all this rain? You don't get to walk your dog tonight, right?
I have to walk my dog. It's going to be a soggy dog.
But yeah, and you need one of these, too. Hey, going to need this tomorrow? Probably. Take a look. Got a 70% chance of rain on Tuesday? Let's talk when we come back.
First, though, a big question tonight. Was it justified? A man will not be charged after shooting another man in a parking lot. Next at 11, the backlash after the cop's decision. You're watching News 6 tonight, getting results from Oak Hill, Suntree, and all of Central Florida.